Well, thank you, Wenki, for your fine introduction. And thank you, Alex, for the wonderful remarks, thinking out of the box. I like some of your ideas. And thank you, Asif, for being here and also organizing this wonderful event. He talked about giving money. One of the best institution that I have given money, beside Kennedy Center, I've given $1 million there, and several $1 million to U.S. Institute of Peace, and also several universities in the United States. But my wife Debbie and I went to India with President Obama about 2 years ago. And when we endowed a chair and also gave $2 million to Frank and Debbie Islamic School of Management, Aligarh Muslim University, I would not be the person I am today if I had not received education at Aligarh Muslim University. Aligarh shaped my story and determined my destiny. Its principles have always guided me throughout my life, whether the time is calm or the crisis. And the Aligarh student has always been our best hope. This is my way of saying thank you and keeping the hope alive. I departed from my remark, so I'll get back to my remark. Good evening, distinguished guests, friends, and ladies and gentlemen. It is a truly pleasure and honor for me to be over here at the third annual Philanthropy Dialogue and Dinner. When I look around, I see a number of familiar faces in the hall. So I believe many who are here today have also attended the previous edition of the American Dialogue and Dinner. I'm delighted to be here with you this evening because I feel a personal connection. We are linked by a common cause, a common goal, a common vision, and a common commitment. There are a lot that unite us, there are little that divide us. Our bonds are stronger than the differences that too often drive us apart. As a philanthropist, most of us live in our own cocoons. We do not often talk to other philanthropists and organizations to find out what they're doing, what kind of impact and influence their work is having, what should be done together to complement the works of each other, and what are the best practices in the field that each of us could implement within our own organizations. So thanks to American Bazaar and Asif and his team for making an attempt to take us out of what I call our cocoon existence and bring under one roof here at least one day every year to talk about various aspects of sharing and giving and exchange ideas. My wife Debbie, who's not here, she's attending the board meeting at the National Symphony Orchestra, so she couldn't be here. But we are proud to be associated with this commendable initiative. And this is the third year that we are supporting the Philanthropy Dialogue. I'm also pleased to see that some of the other organizations that were part of the dialogue in the previous edition, such as AIF, and thank you, Wenki, and thank you. Let's give them a big round of applause to Alex. Thank you for your support. And Pratham, what is your case? Where are you? Okay, well, we'll give him a round of applause anyway. And Sehgal Foundations, and I'll be privileged and honored to see him very shortly. Let's give him a big round of applause. Are on board this year as well. Once again, I applaud the great work all of you are doing to make a meaningful difference in shaping the lives of the people, both in India and the United States. Let me say a few words on why you should be engaged in philanthropic activities. I strongly believe that it should be our responsibility to give back because we should be guided by the words of President John F. Kennedy, who said, "To whom much is given, much is expected." It's much more rewarding to give than to make money. Now, we should not look at our contribution to other individuals and organizations as a charity, but rather as an investment. And I firmly believe that in the future there will be a person whom you have made the investment who will make a similar investment in others. When that happens, it will make our investment sustainable. Our criteria for investing should be to enable and to empower people by giving them a helping hand and hands up rather than handout. My job today is to deliver a few remarks in honor of Dr. Suri Sehgal before I hand over the Philanthropy Award. I was the recipient of the inaugural American Bazaar Philanthropy Award last year, so welcome to the club, Dr. Sehgal. And thank those of you who were in the inaugural philanthropy dialogue might recall that I've spoken about the need for our community to give more. As I said back then, even though the Indian American community is the most affluent ethnic group in the United States of America, we are punching way below our weight when it comes to philanthropy. I have no doubt that we could give more, and we should give more. Those in this room that are not yet involved into philanthropy do not need to look farther for inspiration. Dr. Sehgal has committed most of his wealth to philanthropy. Thank you very, very much, Dr. Sehgal. I have never met Dr. Sehgal until today. I'm honored and privileged to meet him, but I have followed the stellar work the Sehgal Foundation is doing in India in the area of the rural development. Dr. Sehgal's stellar bio included a PhD from Harvard, building a remarkable career in the United States as a business executive, rising to the ranks of the corporate America to become the second highest paid employee of a Fortune 100 company and setting up a very successful business. In my opinion, perhaps his biggest contribution and greatest legacy may be his philanthropic work. I hope his legacy will live in bright lights and dark shadows, and those shadows will be everywhere for you to follow. It is often said that the entrepreneurship is about solving problems. The same is true of philanthropy as well. What the S.M. Sehgal Foundation is doing in India is identifying some of the most pressing problems in the country is facing and coming up solutions for them. The Sehgal Foundation is trying to solve, in its own small way, one of the greatest challenges India is facing at the moment, the disempowerment of rural India. Sustainable, empowered, and prosperous villages were the dream of our founding father, Mahatma Gandhi. Sadly, 7 decades after the independence, Indian villages are in much worse shape today. As the village economies collapsed, millions of villagers have been migrating to cities which do not have the infrastructure to handle the tens of thousands of villagers that are arriving daily. Which is why the work of S.M. Sehgal Foundation in 500-odd Indian villages is so important, is so critical. The foundation is committed to empowering rural India through good rural governance and by strengthening rural economies. All of us owe Dr. Sehgal a deep sense of gratitude for his philanthropic engagement and his service to humanity. He is the source of strength, of hope, aspirations, and dream. He is a beacon of hope and aspirations and dream. He inspired all of us not only to do well, but also to do good. Let us stand shoulder to shoulder with him for his vision and his values. Let's give him a big round of applause. Let's welcome him over here, and God bless you all.